When I work out, I prefer to have a plan that's laid out for me so I know what I'm doing, I've got my goals all lined up, and I don't have to think about it. But if you don't have a plan in place and are wondering what's best for you, the answer on how you put that together is going to depend on a few things: your age, your current fitness level, your preferences, and your goals. And goals can be changing body composition, fat loss, more muscle gain, developing endurance, power, strength, and so much more. But let's break down a very common example of what I often see, and that is women who have been working out for many years. They're in perimenopause to postmenopause, and they're frustrated because what they used to do isn't working for them any longer. They want body composition changes and some fat loss. That's the typical one I see. So when it comes to planning these clients' workouts, here's the 4 main things that I consider. With strength training, they need at least a minimum of 2, preferably 3 to 4 training sessions per week. And when we look at women in perimenopause all the way to postmenopause, we need that resistance training to help protect our bone health, increase our bone density, maintain and build that organ of longevity, which is your muscle mass. It also lowers stress, it increases metabolism, it helps improve posture, changes body composition, and of course, confidence. And if someone's brand new to strength training, I would start them probably with 2 days of body weight strength training. The second thing to consider in this is cardio. So I will often throw in sit or HIIT workouts, and that gets you the biggest response. Combined with 1 to 2 days of sport or goal-specific cardio is a good plan overall. The third thing to consider when planning your weeks is looking at recovery. And what that means is not sitting on the couch. Recovery means taking time off from pushing your body and giving your muscles a rest. But we should know that your muscles are built in the recovery phase. So it's super important to have at least 1 day of active recovery in your program. And active recovery is going to look like yoga, swimming, biking, hiking, whatever it is that's movement and going to help you feel better. And the last thing to factor into your training week is mobility and flexibility. And these things are quick. They're done in 10 to 20 minutes. You can throw them in 2 to 3 days a week. And that's going to help us, especially as estrogen drops, because estrogen protects joints and reduces inflammation. But when estrogen levels drop during menopause, we also see the inflammation going up, and that puts us at a risk for osteoporosis and osteoarthritis, and as a result, painful joints. So when we put all of it together, it could look something like this. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to be your strength training days, and that would be full body, maybe some splits of upper lower body, maybe push and pull days. Then Tuesdays and Saturdays would be your cardio, your sit and your HIIT. And Thursdays and Sundays would be your flexibility and active recovery. You can combine those two. I would also like to suggest adding a deload week into your month so that your training weeks aren't all spent at the same level of pushing. You need to give your muscles and your hormones a break. And lastly, I strongly encourage women to journal every single day. Their energy, their mood, what their training sessions were like, how hard were they able to go, when did they stop hitting PRs, how is their sleep, where are they with their cycle if they still have one. All of these things are going to come into play to help you to optimize your training. And that should give you a pretty good idea of where to start building your weeks and your month and the things to consider about your own physiology. And of course, if you need help on any of this, reach out to me. I got your back.